Nigeria as a nation has problems that are affecting its development and progress. These problems range from political to social to economic and otherwise. These problems have been in existence before the coming of the Europeans and even after the Europeans. Some of these problems are what we will look at, especially the political ones, in this our edition of the Daily Dose of Knowledge with me, your host Santa Claus. We will start with the issue of godfatherism. Godfatherism is a situation whereby you have someone on top of the food chain, Oga at the top, and that Oga at the top makes things easy for you, regardless of if you are competent or qualified enough for what you are looking for. You just get it. That is how it works. You don't need nobody to come and start challenging you. You don't need to follow through the due process. Your Oga at the top does it for you. Everything gets so easy. That is a very big problem in Nigeria. Kidnapping, insurgency. No, 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 no. We cannot underestimate this one. The case of the Fulani headsmen, the case of the killings, it is just so much. The Boko Haram insurgents is a problem to this country. A household where there is always quarrels, that household cannot develop. A household where there is always peace and smiles, that household will develop. The northeastern part of Nigeria has been ravaged by Boko Haram, and unfortunately, recently, Nigeria Republic even made it obvious that we, the Nigerian government people, and the Nigerian government, we are not ready to tackle this problem. It is because Boko Haram is a child of the government. Can you kill your own child? It is all politically motivated. They do these things for security, alas, and for whatever reasons best known to them. But at the bottom line, it is affecting our development as a country. Bribery and corruption. Corruption is a worldwide phenomenon. I cannot just centralize it on Nigeria alone because even the Western countries are even more corrupt than us. I stole some money. I took it to your house. You know this money is stolen. Why didn't you reject it? For the fact that you can accept that money, it means you also are corrupt. So let's leave corruption out of this. Bribery. Now, to even to get a job in Nigeria, you have to bribe. Some bribes go for way up to 1 point something million, 500,000, 400,000, depending on the level in the government you are aspiring for. The civil service, political appointments, you see that they are bribing. To get a job now, a decent job, you have to bribe. It is crazy. It goes down to the primary level whereby nothing gets done without giving a token. It has become a mode of operation whereby now nobody wants to do anything free of charge. Money for hand, you get what you want. How can we move in this country with this kind of mentality? Now, even to get things done, you have to bribe. To get contracts, you have to bribe. Even when the government was donating money for this COVID-19, banks were giving money and donations, it was bribe. So that when the international communities now give Nigeria incentives for palliatives, they put this money in their own banks. That was the deal. It's not as if they are helping Nigerians. If they are helping Nigerians, how many of you got a lot? I guess zero of you. The issue of nepotism. If I am in power, I want my whole generation to be in that power. I'm favoring only the people I know, only the people I love. We cannot move forward in this country like that. Nepotism, cronyism, all of those things are no, 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 no. They are setbacks and they are really, really affecting us. The implementation of government policies is a very big political issue because when this government comes to power, they have their own mantras, they have their own contracts, they have their own projects. When this government goes away, the next government doesn't continue. There is no continuity. These projects are abandoned. If you look around, so many projects are there just lying, wasting. And if these projects were to be continued and finished, the Nigerian populace will benefit immensely from them. What is happening? No continuity, and government policies are not being implemented independently because of imperialism, colonial influence, Our colonial masters have so much influence on us that if any Nigerian government is brought to power fresh, they would have to travel to London to go and get instructions on how to move the country in the interest of the colonial masters. Who gives freedom on a platter of gold? Nobody. Like, nobody does that. But this is what Nigeria is facing. The issue of tribalism is a political issue, is a social issue, and it is killing us. Okay, even if the person is from my state, which local government is the person from? Is the person a good waiting happen? Why are we so judgmental in Nigeria? Yeah? But to crown it all up, the major political problem in Nigeria is the system of government itself. Democracy has been, is, and will forever be a failed experiment in this country. When you have the minorities not having a say in the government, what do you expect? Is it that the minority cannot rule better than the majority? Ever since we got independence, the Hausas and the Yorubas have been the ones in power, and they are not ready to relinquish it for anybody. Jonathan, you all know what's happened that Jonathan came to power now. The Niger Delta crisis. They wanted to just ease those Niger Deltans and make the militants with their itchy fingers, trigger fingers, make it calm down. So they gave them a president from their side and they all stepped down and calmed down. I have always said it that in Nigeria, if we want to go forward, we need to break down the vestige of democracy and raise a confederation. If not, the Biafrans will keep agitating. The Oduduwas, they are just there waiting for the right moment. They have not been talking because they have been getting a piece of the national cake. What about the minorities? What happens to them? What happens to their rights? What happens to their rights of self-determination? What happens to their opinions? The media is a very big problem in this nation too. They can hype things. The politicians own the media houses and they will definitely work in favor of the media houses, or they will rather definitely act in favor of the owners of the media houses. You know them. I mustn't mention names, but you know them. Whenever there is election, APC have their own, PDP have their own media house, and such is the propaganda. NTA, nothing to write home about. The problems in Nigeria are so enormous. The political problems, they are too much to be mentioned, but these are the few we can take. Now, what is the recommendation? First and foremost, I recommend Nigerians to think about restructuring this country, restructuring it in the sense that even the minorities will have a say, and we can only do that if we can say no to democracy, break down the vestige of democracy, and start thinking about restructuring this nation towards a confederation. That is the only way we can survive and build a better foundation for our next generation. I thank you for listening and hope you take this recommendation into notes and think about it. And let's see how we can move this forward, nation. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.